Hello, Beamers, and welcome back to another episode of the Balance Beam. I'm your host, Naketa Thigpen, relationship expert, release success coach, and all things work-life balance. Today, we're going to sit back and remove our excuses. We're going to sit under the tutelage of a master reset coach. Her name is Attiyah Blair. She's a weight loss expert, motivational speaker, certified fitness nutritional expert, and she spent over a decade in television news and created the weight loss series that some of you may know is called Win by Losing on NBC News, where she had an opportunity to interview hundreds of people about their inspirational stories of how they lost weight and found themselves. Attiyah Blair, I must welcome you, but before I have you speak and start to pour knowledge, information, and tips into our soul, I want everybody to know that what you have at the end of this podcast is something very special for them. So please make sure you stay tuned to get what is due for you in the 2014 season. Attiyah, welcome to Balance Beam. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome, Naketa. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Given that this is January, the month of healthy start restorations and a desire to get your life right mantras and all those things that we tell ourselves, those resolutions that hopefully we stick to more than 3 weeks, could you tell everyone what you do and what makes your program so different than all of the other hundreds of weight loss coach programs out there?
Absolutely. So I'm a wellness coach and motivational speaker who focuses and specializes in weight loss. First of all, I do this because I myself used to weigh nearly 240 pounds. I spent most of my life obese, and one day I just decided that enough was enough. And what I discovered when I changed my life in that moment was that all the diets that I had tried, I can list them all, some you've heard of, some you haven't heard of. All the diets that I tried and I was not successful, I learned that the reason why I was not successful was because I was treating the symptom and not the real problem. So weight is just a symptom of another problem. So my program, the Master Reset, Mastering Your Body by Resetting Your Mind, goes beyond diet and exercise and really focuses on the mindset, emotional eating, the way that we think about food, the way that we think about our bodies, our life, the way that we use food to provide comfort or to be our best friend or to help us celebrate or to help us mourn. Food was really created for nourishment and nutrition. And when we go beyond that, we really get in trouble. So the Master Reset, the focus is to help rein in those habits, to help refocus our mindset and reset our mindset, and that is why my clients are able to experience permanent weight loss and put end finally to the struggle with food and with their bodies.
That's amazing. Now, I know you personally because we're co-founders together with W.O.V.E.N, Women of Vision Empowerment Network. And I also know and I've seen some of your clients come to different seminars that you've done individually as well as the ones we've done under W.O.V.E.N, and they give phenomenal testimonies. Could you share with some of the Balance Beamers, maybe one or two people that you've helped and how you've helped them and the results that they've achieved?
Sure, absolutely. First, you can see many of the success stories that Naketa's talking about on my website, AttiyahBlair.com, and click on the tab where it says Success Stories. So there are two clients that stick out for me in particular. One person, she's a senior, and she sticks out because she did so well on the program, and the reason why she did well is because when we began the program, I really helped her dispel the belief that getting older means getting fatter. Getting older means you're less healthy. Getting older means you have less energy. She totally crushed that stereotype. She's stronger. She's about 65 years old. She lost a total of, she's a little woman, so she lost about 25 pounds. But that's a lot for someone her height. She was about 5'1", 5'2". And she went on to compete she's a bowler, and she went on to compete in the Special Olympics for seniors. I'm sorry, the Senior Olympics. And got a medal at the Senior Olympics, and we did some weight training in the gym with her to really strengthen her bowling arm, and she just followed the program, and it was a great success. So I'm so proud of her. And she's just a living testament to the fact that getting older does not mean that you can't still reach your goal. As long as you have breath in your body, you still have what it takes, and you still have the opportunity to be better. I also think of another client of mine. She just didn't make any excuses from the beginning of the program. She was a self-professed chocoholic, and she would
Sounds
have
like me.
chocolate. Many of us. She would have chocolate for just about every meal, including snacks, with the exception of breakfast. And she couldn't figure out why. She could never get sleep, and she had digestive issues, but she really followed the program. She just was willing and kept an open mind as far as changing her habits, and it really paid off. And at the beginning, it was tough for her because although her husband was very supportive, he was still bringing lots of junk food in the house, which was really hard for her. And by the time her initial 4 months was up on the program, she had lost over 20 pounds. She was keeping the weight off effortlessly and really adopted a new lifestyle. She cut out all the chocolate, replaced it with a chocolate protein shake every day, which was very satisfying for her. And her husband is now on board, and he's losing weight too. And so the great thing about that is, and that's one of the things that I love the most about my job, is that when I help someone, they help someone else. And that person helps someone else, and an entire community is impacted by. And it's not just about aesthetics, because people think about, oh, I want to look better in that dress, which is nice. That's a great goal and sometimes a great motivator. But it's really about good health. It's about energy. It's about self-esteem. It's about being an example for your children. It's about having a good sex life for married couples. I've had people come to me and say, I don't even feel comfortable being intimate with my husband because of my weight. So it's about just being healthy, feeling good about yourself, having confidence on the job, to be your best, to earn as much money as you possibly can. So changing your weight and changing your body, it just trickles into every area of your life. And I have so many clients who are living testaments to that. So I encourage you to go to my website, AttiyahBlair.com, and check out some of those testimonials.
Absolutely, because speaking of your last success story that you were speaking of, especially when you talk about excuses and having them and not having them, I'm curious, what are the top 3 excuses that you hear from people who are having a hard time sticking to their healthy goals, or the top 3 reasons for delaying just getting started?
The top 3, I think one of the top excuses is I love, and you can fill in the blank. So I love cake. I love hamburgers too much. I can never give up X, Y, and Z. And I don't even, when people come to me, because I've been there where there were foods that I wasn't willing to give up. But where I am now, there is no food that I am not willing to give up to be healthy, to feel great, to feel confident, just because I know what it's like to be on the other side. So I think that's one of the top excuses. And what people don't know is, because we've been unhealthy for so long, is it's not really the food that you love. It's the way that it makes you feel. It's doing something for you. It's providing comfort. It's providing stress relief. It's not because you love the taste of the food that much. And I know that, again, because I'm on the other side. I used to love, there's 2 things. Well, there are many things I used to love, but 2 things come to mind right now. I used to love the honey glazed Swiss donuts from Wawa. Oh my goodness! Everyone knows, like, a good donut. That's
You're having an image right now, and I can see it painted in your mind.
So those, and then that was a big comfort food for me. And then I used to always, when I left work, I was really stressed out. When I was still working in the television business, and I used to stop on the way home every day to get a bag of honey barbecue Frito twist. Oh, my gosh. And I used to down the entire bag between that gas station and home, and I would hide the evidence so nobody would see what I'd been eating. And we all eat in secret. So that just, I used to love those foods so much. I couldn't do without them, or at least I thought I could not do without them. But when I began to change my lifestyle, be healthy, lose weight, and I was so focused on my new lifestyle, I'd forgotten about the food. And so one day I said, oh, man, I remember I used to eat those donuts and those chips. And I went and got them, and it tastes so nasty. The amount of sugar in the donut, and when I tell you that donut sat on my chest all night long, and I can't believe I used to eat several of those a week. We don't know how bad we feel until we really feel good. The same thing with those chips. The same thing with those chips. They taste like wax to me. There are other foods, like I'd rather have like a potato or something that's going to actually fill me up, give me some nourishment, than a bag of chips. And these are chips I used to eat every single day. It tastes disgusting to me.
You lost your taste for it, right? Without having that same salt. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I still have plenty of salt. There are things that I like that are sweet, but I can never go back. So that's number one, that I love this food so much. People just really need to give themselves a chance to change because it is possible. The second excuse is I don't like to exercise. And I think several things come up for people with that. One, they just don't enjoy being in the gym on the treadmill. It's kind of boring, which I can get that. And then two, some people are embarrassed to go to the gym because they don't really know what they're doing in there. They may feel like they're too big and people may be staring at them. So what I encourage people to do is, if you don't like going to the gym and exercising in the gym, well, then don't go. When I begin to work with my clients and I've put a personal plan together for everyone. My programs are not one size fits all. We figure out what they like to do for exercising. You can belly dance, you can swim, there's so many things. You can bowl, you can do videotapes at home. There's so many different things that you can do. You can run around your neighborhood. You can take your kids to the park. Or your kids can ride on a bike and you can ride with them, or you can run alongside them. There's so many different things that you can do for exercise, and people just kind of put it in the box of, oh, God, I have to go to the gym, and I don't want to go to the gym. So that's one of the easiest ways to get rid of that excuse is find something fun, because guess what? As adults, we're not going to continue to do something that we don't like to do.
That's true. That's true.
Because nobody's going to make us.
Absolutely. Or something that you can't do. I mean, you make a good point. I hear a lot from, other parents who have small children, well, I can't do it because I like to go to the gym. I prefer the gym, but the kids are too small. I don't have anyone to watch them. You can make a gym right in your living room with a Pilates mat that's $5 from 5 and below, and some weights from Target. Like, you could really do what you need to right in front of your own TV screen. You're absolutely right.
Exactly. And the examples you gave, or you can, the We-Fit. I have several clients who use We-Fit at home because they feel like they don't have time to go to the gym. But that's fine. As long as you're moving and you're, breaking a sweat, any form of exercise is better than sitting on the couch and eating food. Eating a bag of chips and a glazed Swiss donut from Wawa. Anything's better than that.
That's the truth. And I want to take a moment and let Balance Beamers know that other certification that I purposely left out, because I felt like I was saying certification, like say that 5 times fast. I felt like I was saying it too many times. Attiyah Blair is also a certified personal trainer. So be mindful that she's not just speaking from the health and wellness coaching perspective of, making sure your mindset is right and giving you some tidbits about things that we know to do well and to do more consistently, but she really does truly understand and know the physical body and the things that you need to get your life right. Go ahead, Attiyah. What was that third thing you were going to say?
So the third one is a lack of motivation, which is really interesting just in general because human beings, we find motivation in so many different forms. And I'm sure lots of people have heard this quote before, motivation is like brushing your teeth. When you brush your teeth on Friday, it's not going to last till Saturday. You have to brush your teeth again. You should brush it before you go to bed Friday night, but you should definitely brush it again every day, twice a day, to keep your teeth clean. So motivation is just like that. You have to find new motivation on a very regular basis. Even me, I find new motivation. I'll sign up for a race, or I'll join some kind of competition, or I'll join a women's group if they're doing, a strength challenge or something like that. Sometimes music is my music or a certain instructor. I like certain classes. I don't like to, for example, I like to spin, but I won't go to any spinning class. Spinning is a challenge. It takes a lot of energy, and I can't get through that class without a great instructor who has great music. I just won't do it. So that can be a motivator. Going to a high school reunion can be a motivator. Getting back into an outfit you can't fit anymore. Not having to buy a new wardrobe seems to be a great motivator for a lot of people because that's very expensive, and a lot of us do outgrow our clothes. And, it's really a shame. Instead of focusing, we just, go buy a new wardrobe and continue to allow our waistlines to get larger and larger. So there's so many different things that you can use to motivate you. You can have a coach like myself to motivate you. You can have a friend who's committed to walking with you every morning, or a spouse to exercise with to motivate you. We have to find different sources to motivate us, especially those who make a New Year's resolution, because statistics show that most people only stay focused for this New Year's resolution month at the most, and then it's over. Some people don't even last a week, and that's because they have not realized how important it is to find a new source of motivation every day and get in the habit. Your motivation will begin to be how great you feel, how much energy you have, the way that you look in your clothes, the compliments that you get. That seems to be a great motivator. How your significant other looks at you and just tells you that they're proud of you, or how you feel proud of yourself. That there is no better motivator than the one that comes from inside you. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. We all know that song.
Absolutely.
So yeah, motivation is the third excuse, but it doesn't have to be.
So that brings me to, that real raw moment. Now, you've lived in, the whole entire Metro D.C. area, including coming all the way on this end of Philly, Maryland, D.C., mm-hmm. You name it. But you've traveled across this country, Singapore, Indonesia, Trinidad and Tobago, Rome, you name it, and I'm purposefully not naming 10 other countries that you visited, just because you can speak of them more, and I probably will mess up the names, what is it, Nice or Nice in France? I don't even know how to say it. Nice. Mm-hmm. But with all that traveling, all those long flights, and all those exotic foods that you get to experience when you go, where do you find your motivation, your focus, your desire to stay on the path? Because a lot of those countries don't come with nutritional ingredients outlines the way that the U.S. states, some of the states are mandated to do and have in certain restaurants. How do you stay focused, and where do you get your motivation besides, knowing what foods don't sit well with your system? But outside of that, how do you do that?
Well, one thing that I can say from traveling all over is that I have yet to visit a country that is as fat as America is.
Wow.
And there are a few remote islands, and there's some cultures that, even the Italians who, I spent some time in Italy, even the Italians who love pasta, they don't have the weight issues that we have, which tells you what? It's not about the carbs.
Right.
People think I enjoyed pasta when I was in Italy. It was not whole grain pasta, and I didn't gain 1 pound. So I think that just one interesting thing. For example, in Europe in general, if you were to go to a fast food, because they have like McDonald's over there, they have Subway, they have Burger King, Starbucks, they have all that. A small beverage at one of those restaurants, so let's say a small Coke at McDonald's, is the same size as a large Coke at McDonald's in Europe.
What?
Yes, and I'll say that again. A small or the large Coke, the large soda, in Europe is the exact same size as a small here in the U.S. Our portions are ridiculous.
That's
one of
ridiculous.
The easiest ways. That's one of the easiest ways right there is to keep the portions under control. So you can eat and enjoy different things. There are some things that I just choose not to put into my body, but just controlling your portions alone will make a huge difference. And then when you get your stomach used to smaller portions, you literally cannot eat. A lot of people have the lap band surgery to make their stomach smaller, but our bodies are very intelligent machines. I know that procedure is very helpful for some people, and they can make a lasting change with that. But we can shrink our stomachs without surgery. So those portion sizes, that's one of the ways that I stay focused. And that's with beverages, that's with food, desserts, everything. Also, another great indicator is just how you feel. Again, our bodies are intelligent, and if we listen to them, we'll be in so much better shape. So when I'm eating certain foods, I do not eat until I'm full anymore. I cannot eat foods that are too sweet or too greasy, or so I just use my body as an indicator. And those are the two main things. And then I'm sure I make sure that I stay active on vacation. If no one wants to sit in a hotel room when you're in a new country, I get out, I explore, I walk from place to place. When I'm in the islands, I do excursions in the water. I'll go snorkeling or, doing different things like that. Planning on your vacations or staycations, plan to stay active, watch your portions, and just listen to your body. If you feel gross, then stop.
Right.
Because you will drink too many Bahama Mamas or, something like that, and it'll be like, okay, yeah, that's enough. And after that, drink water and kind of try to flush your system as much as you can, lemon water if you can, and just stay focused.
Okay, so here's a question. You know me well enough outside of this Balance Beam podcast to know that I'm going to get dirty with you with some questions,
okay.
Right?
Okay.
You're a married woman. You're a married woman, so, for 5 years plus, so there are definitely some things that you could speak to that others can't. And then you've had this amazing transformation. And with transformation comes all kinds of challenges of, falling off the wagon and getting back up and finding what works with you and for you and what doesn't. And that's what has made you so passionate about what you do and so knowledgeable, because you've really been through the trenches with many, many things along your own path to wellness, right? So family.
I'm still nervous. Go ahead.
Right. You should be. So family, your family is very diverse. You and your husband are both from different islands. You have family all over the country. I know you guys travel in addition to work because your business, I know, is also international, and he travels internationally, then you vacation internationally, but you have family internationally as well. When you're going back to seeing family, going to love on them and support them, and they're seeing this sexy body come through the door, and maybe that's not what they remembered, although you've always been sexy internally and externally to a degree, but now you're at a much healthier state of confidence with yourself. How do you deal with those challenges? Because, family can be family and friends. So when I say family, I'm including those non-blood related family members as well. They can be a little special, oh, here come Attiyah. She thinks she cute. Here she goes. She already had a big head, and it's bigger. And she coming in with her man, and they both working out, and they both running. How are you dealing with that? Because haters do come in all forms and fashion. And I'm curious because, in our business, we deal with it on other levels as entrepreneurs. But, add in the fact that you're a successful entrepreneur because of your challenges that you've had and people can relate to them. How are you dealing with it with the people that are so close to you?
Well, I'm so glad that you asked that question because one of the biggest things that gets people off track is what the people around them, their community, people who love them, no doubt about it, they love them, but they're not supportive. They make negative comments. This is something that I had dealt with forever. My family is from Trinidad, and I go to Trinidad at least once a year to visit my family there. And weight is a big, I don't know why, but weight is a big issue there. So I have this one aunt in particular. She's hilarious, and she's overweight herself, but she feels the need to comment on everyone's weight. So the second I walk in the door, I know she's like looking me up and down, and I love her to death. She's sweet. Looking me up and down. She's watching me, and you could tell it's killing her. And I just go ahead, and I just eventually say to her, what? But yeah, she'll make comments like, if I'm losing weight, what, are you trying to disappear or something? But when I'm overweight, it's like, I can tell you're getting really thick. Like, you can't, nothing makes her happy. If I'm losing, it's a bad thing. If I'm gaining, it's been a bad thing over the years. So I have, just like I said before, one of the greatest motivators is the one that comes from inside of you. And when we go on this journey, we have to be mindful of who we're doing this for. And really the only person you should be doing it for, or the main person you should be doing it for, is yourself. Yes, you want to do it for your kids and your spouse, and there may be some other people as well. But you really have to do this thing for yourself, because just like you said, Naketa, those haters are going to come up. Those comments are going to come up. People are going to say, oh, God, you're losing too much weight. Don't lose any more weight. You're getting too small. People love to put you in their box. People love to limit your ability and your potential based on their life, their ability, and what they have and have not been able to accomplish. So you have to be careful to stay focused on your goal and to have your own opinion and stick to that opinion at all times. Because like you said, I know my aunt loves me, but again, people will project their box onto you, and you have to be careful to hold your box close and sacred to yourself.
Absolutely. And for, to segue into your relationships with family and friends, specifically your husband, you have to be careful not to bring that energy home. I know your husband does a lot of traveling, and you guys have a very tight relationship, and you do amazing things together and for the community on all levels, but you're helping a lot of people, and all of their emotions are also pouring onto you, in addition to the things that you have to deal with and having your own boundaries straight and your industry peer relationships as an entrepreneur. So how are you balancing all of that, not just from the toxicity level, but from the good energy too? Because I can imagine when he comes home, you might be this sexy, dynamic, listen, babe, I just did Zumba for 2 hours, let's go. Or you could be tired and drained because you just spent a day. I know you do both virtual and real-time appointments with people, visiting with them as well. You could be drained from your day. So how are you dealing with that, especially if you haven't seen him for a few days or a week or longer?
Honestly, it's not. That area of my life is not a challenge because we know what each other's schedule is like, and if I'm having a particularly tough day or long day or tiring day, I had one yesterday, and if he is having the same, my husband goes through busy seasons where he's working obscene hours for weeks at a time, you have to learn to just respect your partner's space, respect who they are, who they want to be, and just be supportive. I think that he and I are just really supportive of one another. And if Monday through Friday comes and goes and we don't have a lot of time where we spent a lot of time together during the week, we always carve out. We have our date night set for Friday night. So tonight, I'm excited. We'll have a date night tonight. And we always make sure we set aside quiet time to be together on the weekends. And, yeah, we'll have dinner together during the weekend. Dinner, that's a great I think I tend to be kind of traditional in many of my views, especially when it comes to the roles within a marriage. And so we sit down, have dinner together at the table where we can talk. And we'll talk about our day or not talk about our day. Maybe we don't want to talk about our day. We just kind of want to leave it behind. You have those days. So that's a great opportunity just to having those few moments at dinner in the evening, 30 minutes, and setting those boundaries. I do not allow my clients to make appointments during my dinner time. Mm-hmm. I do not take clients on the weekends. I've never had a coaching session with a client on the weekend. I do, I really care about my clients. So if there's an emergency, some event, something, I will absolutely take their call and help them for those few moments, but I don't schedule that typically. So you definitely have to set boundaries. You were asking about boundaries. You definitely have to set boundaries around your time, boundaries within your relationship, and just be supportive of your partner. Remember your priorities, what's first, and everything should flow from there.
I know that's right. That you are 100% on point. So when is the book coming? I'm waiting. What's the book called? When is it coming? Where can we find it?
Honey, I'm waiting too. I was having a conversation with my mentor and my business coach 2 days ago. We were talking about that, and it's just to get it done. Writing is a natural gift for me. I did it professionally for 10 years, and so there's this. I don't know. I don't know. The goal is it's January. The goal is to get it out by December, and it can definitely be done. I've been jotting down book chapters and potential book titles for years now, for about 2 years now. I have this little log that I keep anytime I have an idea. I just jot it down. So, yeah, you can look out for a book from me by the end of the year, and I will hold the title of the book for now.
Well, we'll be accountability for you because by December of 2014, we are all as Balance Beamers going to go to your website and make sure we look for a link to a book, at least something for a pre-order form, if nothing else, because I understand sometimes publishing can take time. So you can remember that you put it out there. Once you say it, you got to stick to it.
Accountability is a beautiful thing, so I love that. Thank you, Balance Beamers, for the accountability. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So tell everyone how they can connect with you if they have questions or just want to learn more about Attiyah Blair.
Absolutely. You can reach me on my website. If you go there, AttiyahBlair.com, it's spelled AttiyahBlair.com. There's a tab there that says Contact Us. You can send me a note there. And on that page, there's also a phone number where you can reach me, give me a call. Even if you have questions, you're not sure if you're ready to have a coach, you're not sure if you're ready to take this journey to lose the weight, get healthy, and feel better about yourself and your life overall, I am open, to consultations. It doesn't cost you anything but a few minutes of your time. And I love to talk to each and every one of you. Or if you have someone in your life, I actually sat down with a woman yesterday who she's in great shape, but her husband is not. And he's struggling, and she's struggling to know how to help her. If there's someone in your life who needs help, reach out to me. and I have some great tips for you on how you can help your friend, your parent, your spouse, and they'll probably be very different than the tactics that you're using right now. So just log onto my website, click on Contact Us, and send me a note or give me a call.
That is awesome. And I know, Attiyah, you have a special offer for a few balance beamers who act quickly. Do you want to tell everyone about that?
Yes. So my practice is getting full, but the new year I always want to help as many people as I possibly can. So I am opening my calendar this month for 5 balance beamers. So when you contact me, you have to let me know that you heard about this offer from the balance beam. I'm opening my calendar for 5 discovery sessions, 5 30-minute consultations. So you can call me about your wellness goals, about your weight loss goals, and it's a complimentary 30-minute coaching session for being a part of the Balance Beam family. And again, this is for the month of January, and it's limited to 5 people. I cannot take more than 5 people. So the first 5 people who reach out, congratulations, and I look forward to talking with you and helping you to reach your goals.
Absolutely. Attiyah, that is an awesome thing to offer, and I know that Balance Beamers will not hesitate to jump on it because this is the month to get your life right. I want to thank you for being a part of Balance Beam. Don't go anywhere. You and I have to wrap up after this. Balance Beamers, this has been a great and awesome another opportunity to break barriers, whether it is in your weight loss or your mindset, because Attiyah is tackling them all. So I encourage you to go visit with her and just ask her questions. If you need to connect with her on social media to ask her a little bit more or through her website, then do so before you take up space for someone else. So make sure you're holding your own self accountable to moving forward in your life. For me, for Naketa Thigpen, you know that if you want to come play with me and have any conversation at all, my playground is Twitter at Naketa Thigpen, hashtag #Naketa, or hashtag BalanceBeam if you have anything that you want to say about the insights and inspiration you've learned from Miss Attiyah Blair or any other of our awesome experts. Until next time, continue to break barriers.